What's up, motherfuckers? It's another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. We're back yet again. Before we jump in, let you know where all you can find us. You can find us streaming right now live on our Twitch channel, compliments of our fantastic streaming engineer. You can also catch us at our home on Podbean at world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. You can also pick us up on your favorite music services, be it iTunes, Google Play Music, or Spotify. And you can check out all the fun shit that's going on over on their YouTube's channel that Josh has been busting hump on there. So now that all that bullshit is out of the way, I am your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder, back finally. Joining me, as always, is Josh the LeGroux.
Hello.
And Kathy Fancy Pants.
What's up?
So it's a short crew tonight, and it's probably going to be a little bit shorter show just because we're running late, and it makes it easier for me to edit shit and try and get caught up on stuff. So let's waste no time and get right into it with, oh my god, video games. Kathy, the fuck have you been playing?
Well, everyone's favorite, Fortnite. Although I haven't played it since Saturday, and I'm going through Fortnite withdrawal. Oh, this is so bad.
But, did I ever tell you I've played Fortnite? I played it once for 2 weeks, and then I put it down.
You did tell
100%
me that.
completion.
Yeah.
1 2 week playthrough, 100% completion.
Yeah, you've told me this before.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
Anyhow.
leave that joke right there.
Yeah, because you can hear it flushing down the toilet right now. So there's that. Week 4 challenges have come out. I'm just itching to get back on and get caught up with those challenges. Been playing Apex Legends. Started Dead Cells, which is a lot of fun. Definitely. Yeah, that game is going to be frustratingly wonderful. Frustrating in a good way. It's a good game. So, but
I want you streaming that on our channel.
Well, I will start. I played it and I did a little bit of streaming on my channel. I will start over from the beginning and stream it on ours. So
I would, just because there's some like dialogue stuff and whatnot that's only on the first run through that goes away after that. And I really wish there was more of it, and it's totally worth having actually on the stream at least.
Well, here's the problem. I already started playing. Is that gone
like
now?
You said, you'll start over.
Okay, so when I start
over, you can totally start up a new save file. They give you like 50 bazillion.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like I've gotten very far. Let's be honest. So
takes a while.
It does. So, you might see that tomorrow because I got plenty of time tomorrow. So. But let's see, what else have I started Torchlight. It was a game I got for Christmas from my brother. I started it thinking I'm only going to play it for a couple hours, and next thing I know, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I've been playing for about 5 hours, just having a grand old time. So, yeah, I need to stop, because I also did that with Tetris 99, which I got another win, so I'm up to 2 wins on Tetris.
There you go.
And thank you, Larry, for that game you gave me on Monday, because I've been also playing Dust consistently the last 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. So, yes, 3 days I've been playing Dust. So,
what do you think?
Oh, I love it!
It's so good.
It is so good. I love the music in the caverns, though. I just kept going back to that area and just killing the enemies because the music in that area is just so much fun. But, yeah, not much else. I'm trying to think if I played anything. Yeah, that's about it. So, short list.
Okay. Josh, the fuck have you been playing?
Let me think. I dabbled in a little more Late Shift for my Xbox. I've been playing a little bit of Hollow Knight.
How is Late Shift? Talk to me about Late Shift some more.
I love that game. I don't know why. It's just, I think it's because it's like I can play it like an hour. I can play like a whole playthrough. And it's just a fun game. You know, it's just like it's different. There's some parts that are kind of tedious. I'm trying to get different endings. So I'm trying to do things I wouldn't normally do just to try to see. But sometimes it pulls you back to one of the endings you've already had. I think I have 5 of the 7 endings now. So it's kind of like it's getting annoying. Starting to get annoying. I think I might just kind of put it down for a while. But it's one of those things that I've just been dabbling in for last couple of weeks. Have you guys tried that game at all?
No,
I've never heard of it.
It's one that I look at every once in a while when I boot up my Xbox and I go through the store, which is not often because honestly I hate the way their store is set up on the Xbox One.
It's terrible.
I miss the store on the 360.
Yeah.
I think have a 360, so
no, it's okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You don't. Yeah. Content discovery on this store, on all the stores, are hard. But it's just
I don't mind the setup on the Switch. I do wish it was a little better organized, but it's at least reasonable. The store on the Xbox One, though, is a fucking mess to get through. I hate the layout.
A lot of times I go on my PC and I'll actually look at the Windows Store that way.
Yeah.
What else? Not playing too much. Played some Tetris 99. I got to 9th place on that, so that for me is pretty good. And I'm just pretty sure they just kind of, didn't really anticipate I was actually playing because I didn't get one line or nobody was attacking me to the very end. So it was kind of fun. I think that's about it. I might have dabbled in a few other things. I did play some Dragalia Lost, Kathy, just a little bit. Just like 15 minutes, though.
That's about how much I played, so you're right on track.
Yeah, I got to get back into that a little bit because I started kind of getting hooked into it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to play some more of that. But other than that, I think that's about it. I've been working a lot. I've been trying to get some loose ends tied up with Retro PC. I got that thing finally working.
Yeah.
Level that I want it to work. I can't stream yet, and that's one of my projects this weekend. I'm going to try to get that so I can get it to stream because I know I can. I just have to do some settings and some stuff like that so it looks right. But I'll get it going. So
nice.
Cool.
Flavor Town. Anyway.
All right, Larry, what have you been playing, buddy?
Well, apparently I've been playing Flavor Town because I just yeah. No, this makes me really happy.
I saw you doing that. I'm like, oh, he's putting the creme brulee and the strawberry together, isn't he?
I got a creme brulee flavored jewel pod and a strawberry flavored jewel pod, and if I drag it over at the same time, I get strawberries and cream, and it actually kind of brings out the strawberry flavor a little bit stronger to boot, which was my only bitch about the strawberry one. That's really fucking good. Anyways, aside from my smoking habit, so let's see, what did I play? We talked about this when you came to visit. I played some more Dead Cells because I always play some more fucking Dead Cells. It's my, I have 10 minutes of free time game that I will stretch out to at least an hour. And I was not particularly happy about some of the changes that they made with the Pimp My Run update.
Yeah.
Because it nerfed a lot of my favorite stuff.
Okay.
It changed the cooldown rules on some of the mutations, and I was not happy about that because I used my traps constantly, especially the Sinew Slicer and the Double Crossbow-matic are my fucking favorites, and it nerfed the cooldown on those painfully bad. It also made a really weird... I'm not sure how I feel about this. Don't get me wrong. Technically, yes, it's still balanced, but I'm not sure that I like it. The Dead Inside mutation that used to give you 30% more health now gives you 50% more health, except food items don't give you health mid-biome anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. But, yeah, that was fucking weird. So it fucked with 2 out of my 3 mutation mains. It left the other one alone, which was just, double ammo, because I go ranged on almost everything. I love my crossbow-matic and my quick bow are my go-tos. But in any case...
those are horrible weapons.
I love those. I do
Oh
so
no,
those.
I'm sorry. That game is really just a melee. Just go through and kill everything with your
Oh
swords
no,
and everything.
I range the hell out of.
Fuck.
That's the weird thing. Normally, I'm all about melee. I am usually all up in it. Like you give me a first-person shooter, and I will take the shortest range thing humanly possible. Like I love me a shotgun. I want to get up in there and get in your face about it. But for the life of me, Dead Cells, I have really just I cannot stop with the crossbow machine gun and the quick bow.
I
So
like the freeze and then slash them and hack them to death.
I would say
So
the
like a
really
frozen ice bomb and stuff. That and I'm the opposite of you. I will always do the range and everything else. But in this game, I'm just like, let's hack and slash. Maybe it's because I was playing Hyrule Warriors.
possibly the no there is like one melee weapon in Dead Cells that I really do like. And I don't play with it often, but I will pick it up and run with it anyways if it ever comes up from time to time. Is I do like the electric whip.
Wah wah. That thing is horrible.
See, I like it because it fixes my one major bitch about using the bow and arrow weapons. Is that it will go through the shields.
Okay, I could see
Plus,
that.
it auto targets.
Okay. Maybe
So,
I've been using it wrong.
Like one of the things I really like is if I'm running through and those stupid exploding bat things come at me, it will auto target those. If they're anywhere just in my general vicinity, all I got to do is crack it out. They're fucked. So
I will have to try using it again because I was horrible at that weapon.
There's also a legendary version of it called the Von Richter, which is awesome. Because Castlevania reference.
Yeah.
That makes
right
me
over
happy.
my head. It went right over my head.
Really?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't
You
even know
missed the
what you were
Richter
talking about.
joke?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Ooh, I'm embarrassed. I'm turning red over here.
Fortnite rots your brains.
Right.
Ow. Ouch.
Fortnite is like filling up on candy before dinner. It's all just junk and no substance. I'm just fucking with you.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Well, okay.
There's truth in what you say. I know how y'all feel.
There's
I know how you guys pick on. I know how y'all pick on me in the chat and everything.
I know. I need you to start streaming some Fortnite again so I can come in and start like bombing your chat room again. I miss doing that.
Yeah,
that's one of my great. It's true. It's one of my great pleasures in life is coming in and fucking with your chat.
For those of you who are listening, he does it like once in a great moon. He very rarely ever comes and watches me play Fortnite. So don't even listen to his bullshit. It is all a bunch of bullshit. So
you've barely been on to stream for me to come in and bomb your chat room.
Don't listen to anything he says. He is full of it.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Nah.
God, like a kid. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'm not a duty head. You're a duty head.
I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you.
Circle, there, circle, dot.
Sorry, Josh.
It's okay.
I'm just fucking 6-year-olds.
Just letting you guys go. There's nothing I can do.
Come on, Josh. You're supposed to be on my side. Well, no. Yeah, I'm the only woman in this group. It's all men and me, so I'm outnumbered way too much.
Anyways,
I have no chance.
I'm not responsible enough anyway.
So, anyhow, sorry.
But in any case, so back to Dead Cells because we're not done with this yet. Actually, I was going somewhere with this. No, I was actually going somewhere with this, and we just like detoured for a minute.
That's my fault. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
So, despite all the nerfs that really didn't make me fucking happy about this, shockingly, it was the first time I finally actually made it through the Hand of the fucking King. So I finally have a boss cell.
Very cool.
And I also have my homunculus ability now.
Nice.
So, which I'm still trying to figure out how much I actually do or don't like the homunculus ability. Like, it's neat, but it's not super useful, but I feel like it maybe is more useful than I understand it to be yet. I just haven't played with it a whole lot yet. Um, but no, the other thing that I do like that they did with the Pimp My Run update is the namesake of the update, the Pimp My Run, lets you go in and actually customize the fuck out of your run. Like, you can lock out specific weapons from even being in the mix at all. So if you want to do like a shields only run, you can totally set it to just shields. You can actually set your starting weapons, and you can even set it too so that you have auxiliaries right from the get-go, and you can pick what they are.
See, that would
If
be fun
you
to do as
unlocked
a
it, it's fair game.
challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Oh, that would be a fun challenge to do.
Well,
See who
and
get
the other
who could get the farthest or go the longest with the certain settings.
Yeah. Well, and the
Oh,
other nice thing too is for anybody that has been struggling with Dead Cells, it lets you like adjust it down so that you only get the things that you're good with.
Right, so you
so
don't
put
get
it
so
on easy
frustrated.
mode.
Yeah.
Make it easy
Basically,
mode.
no, no, legit. That's
No.
basically what they did is they actually added in an easy mode with all of that,
It's
which
kinda
I give them
cool.
props for. It is
Yeah.
cool.
It
I've
is.
I've played
It's a
around
good
with it, and it's
idea.
pretty fucking neat.
I,
They
I,
did a
I,
really good job with it, and there's a bunch more settings in there you can customize too, which is pretty cool. And then hot on the heels of that, it's been a week or two now, but I wasn't here. Josh, you threw in the chat too the announcement for the first major DLC update for Dead Cells coming. I believe they said this summer.
Yep.
The Rise of Giant, which was hidden in an Accolades trailer that they put out for the game, and so there's going to be at least one. I think I saw, or I think I read somewhere that there's multiple new biomes that they're packing in, tons of new weapons, cosmetics now, so you can actually change up the look of your character, which doesn't do much for me, but hey, it's neat, and why the fuck not at that point? And new boss fights, including the namesake for the update, the Giant.
Mhm.
So, which looks fucking awesome. So, that's my tidbits on Dead Cells. I played it. I finally beat Hand of the King. I was a happy bunny. And beyond that, I play. What did I play? I played some more of Framed, and I showed it to my wife for the first time, and she's like, "That's really fucking cool," because I was laying in bed and I needed something that I could super lazy play, and Framed is a good one for that. It's fun. It's just smart enough to make me feel clever when I figure it out, and it's just easy enough that I don't have to think that hard to figure it out. So, and the art, like the art and the animation is really cool. I like it. It tells a story, but it's not a super involved one. I mean, there's no text, there's no dialogue. It's literally just like a moving comic strip story kind of thing, and it's really neat. I haven't made it through the first Framed yet, but the second one is waiting for me as soon as I finish it because I bought the collection instead of buying just the single.
Sure.
And then, I played some. What did I play on my phone that I was really fucking neat that I liked? Hang on, I gotta find this. There was something that I downloaded that was actually cool. Yeah, I'm gonna own it this time. I totally played mobile games for a minute. Hocus is what it was called. Hocus is a little like Monument Valley plus the bridge.
Okay.
It's totally got this, you know, get from one end to the other type thing across the Escher structure painting drawing thing. And you're just trying to move a cube along surfaces, and it's neat. I liked it. I literally, this is one of the few times. This is one that had me going, okay, I'm gonna play one more, and then I'm gonna put this down and actually go get something done today. And then 30 minutes later, I'm still laying in bed playing Hocus. And it's a freebie. So
That's cool.
go download Hocus because Hocus was pretty good. I played one other mobile game, but it's fucking stupid. It was literally just a brainless time sink. But I think it was called Slice. It's about like making whole pizzas out of pizza slices. Oh, it wasn't the worst thing in the world.
I play it all the time. Sorry.
Oh, it's actually it's good execution on a super simple idea. I'll give credit to the guys that made Slice. I played it. I played it for longer than I should have, much like I did Hocus. Granted, Hocus is. I will say this. I think Hocus is definitely the more intelligent game. Hocus will definitely engage the part of your brain that deals with spatial thinking in very obscure ways, much like any Escher painting drawing would do. But no, Slice was fun. It's simple. It's not uh it's not the usual like Candy Crush Match 3 shit. Somebody at least had a slightly better idea than that. So, but no, I played some stuff.
That's good.
It is good. What else did I do? I feel like I played something on my Xbox that I don't remember. Well,
that happens to me every time we do one of these. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I played this and this and this.
Right. Oh, I know what I was thinking of. It's not that I actually played it. I just booted it up while you were here, Kathy. Was I booted up Bastion on my Xbox, literally for the sole purpose of showing off the 3D feature on my TV because Bastion looks really nice in 3D.
It did. It looked very nice.
So, but yeah, that was a thing. And then at that point, it just made me think to myself too. I'm really excited to finally play Hades, but I much like The Messenger, my gut tells me Hades is gonna hit Switch. It feels like too much of a shoe-in. So I'm just gonna sit on my thumbs and wait. I also played the I am spending more money on video games game. Dropped the $70 to get my Hollow Knight special edition from Fangamer. Big ups to those guys because their Undertale collection was fucking amazing, and I am entirely way too excited about their Hollow Knight package because it looks fucking spectacular.
I ordered mine too. I can't wait.
I also picked up the other two Hollow Knight pins that I didn't have that I wanted out of their set at the same time because they were back in stock. I skipped out on the 4-pack because I already had the Wanderer and the Grub was not interesting to me. But they did get restocked on Hornet and Zote, so I grabbed those pins while I was in there as well. So that was a thing. And oh yeah, that was the other one. Is I ordered the Messenger, which means I will finally get to play it because I told Eddie, I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, my gut says that this game is gonna get a hard copy. I'm sticking to my guns on this one. I'm feeling it. I'm calling it right now, and I'm not gonna get sucked into the double dip. And I was right, and it finally hit hard copy. So, and here's a weird one. They did something a little kind of oddball with the Messenger. Like I think it's actually kind of cool that like all these different companies are actually like seemingly friendly with each other instead of just being what's competition? We have to crush them. So the Messenger is being put out from Special Reserve Games. However, there's a couple of other companies along the same lines, like Limited Run, and I think there's one or two others that they're putting out as well. But I know for certain Limited Run is getting it too. So you can actually buy the Messenger hard copy from Limited Run. Limited Run isn't publishing it, but if you buy it from LRG, it comes with a different cover than it would come with if you buy it from Special Reserves.
Okay.
So Limited Run LRG is getting an exclusive alternate art cover, but I'm like, you know what? I do LRG all the time, and I totally want to check out this other company and kind of check out the quality of their work, see if it's worth putting on my radar again going forward for anything else. And apparently it's also supposed to come with like a hardcover for the box and everything. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. They weren't especially clear on their description on the webpage, but I figured, fuck it. I'm not getting charged any extra for it. Plus, Special Reserve does free shipping on it too. So, which LRG does not.
Right. Yep.
So, But in any case, which reminds me, I think on the break, I'm going to look up LRG's website again for some production updates because it's been a hot minute, and I know I've got a few things pending from them, including some stuff that once it does finally show up, there will be some new unboxing videos, like the Celeste Collector's Edition and the Iconoclast Special Edition.
Cool.
So I will say I'm not as excited about the Iconoclast Special Edition as I am the Celeste one. They kind of went real low key with Iconoclast Special Edition, but at the very least they weren't charging like full blown collector's edition price for it either. So instead of it being like, big $80 pack like they normally do for their big collector's editions, the Iconoclast I think was only $55.
That's cool.
So I mean, I told my wife, I'm like, I know that they're doing a special edition, but I'm not super blown away with it. And I told her, I'm like, look, if they try and charge the full 80 like they do in most of their others, I'm just going regular standard edition. But they ended up making the price reasonable, just enough for me to go, fuck, it's $20 difference. I'll take the nice one. So those are things that are coming. I think I've got one or two others on order from them too that I need to check up on. But in any case, so that's what I've been playing. I actually played some games. Oh, and I'm super fucking excited here. I will finally get back to playing my 3DS because while I bought a replacement for the one that was stolen, I'd been waiting to actually get it all set up until I could finish getting the other stuff replaced, be it including the SD card, so I had somewhere to download all my fucking games to. And I finally got a new case for my replacement 3DS as well, because my Samus Returns Edition 3DS is not going anywhere without a protective case on it. Like, I don't mean like the I keep it in a case and then I take it out to play. No, I mean like I don't want anything happening to it, so I get the case that snaps onto the system.
Right. I've seen those.
Stays there forever.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I finally managed to find a replacement that was identical to the one that was on my one that got stolen. And for what it's worth, I'll throw it out there for anybody that has one. If you go on Amazon and you search Insignia new 3DS XL case, they have a very nice clear kind of like gel polyurethane. Like, I really wish honestly that it was a hard plastic instead of the gel, but I had it and I liked it. You know what? I'm going to take that back. I think I like the gel one better than the hard plastic snap-on, because the gel one actually gives me some grippy on the bottom and it's really nice. So, yeah, no, and it's it's dirt ass cheap. It's $10. So if you have like a nice like special edition 3DS that you want to show off, it's a great way to do it, because it will totally keep your shit safe and scratch free and damage free, and it's clear and it's cheap and it's a nice piece of hardware. I literally have no complaints about it. So, does exactly what it says on the tin. Nice quality piece of accessory protection, and really inexpensive, worth the $10. Cool. So there you go. There's a solid recommendation for any of you that are actually still playing your 3DSs, like me. Also, shout out to Todd Oxtra over at Secret Friends Unite, friend of the show. He of all the bullshit things too, aside from stealing my 3DS, it also meant the fucker that stole it got the game that was in it, and it was my copy of Samus Returns. Thankfully, just the cartridge at that point, and Todd was selling his copy of Samus Returns, and so it timed out right. So I got a hold of him, and he's going to go ahead and sell it and ship it to me. So that way I don't have to go pay retail for a replacement. So yeah, that's a thing. But I think that covers what I've been playing. I can't think of anything else that I've missed off the top of my head. I keep thinking I want to get into something that's more long form, that I would have to sit down and really put some time in. And every time I think about it, I get sad because I don't have the time to do that right now. and I probably won't for another month or two. But I know that my time is at least going to come back to me in the near-ish future, which has been way too long. No, I think that's it though. Like, I keep thinking about other things that I really want to play, and I look at things and go, I'd like to play that, but I know I don't have the time to dedicate to actually get something out of playing it because I wouldn't be able to sit down for more than 45 minutes with it at a time. And that makes me sad.
Yeah.
So, but I will say at the very least, I've come to terms with the fact that right now my gaming time is limited to things that I can do that are in like bite-sized increments. And I'm not really that sad about it because I keep finding a lot of stuff that fits in there that I probably otherwise wouldn't have screwed around with. It's a big part of the reason why I come back to Dead Cells over and over again, because Dead Cells is basically just bite-sized Metroidvania. So I can get like the big Metroidvania feel that I love just shrunken into bite-sized version with Dead Cells, and that makes me happy. So
yeah, I like those kind of games. Sometimes you just play 30, 40 minutes and
yeah,
you get a good experience and it's over. You can just
right.
Move on for a while.
You can play it for 30 to 45 minutes and feel like you actually got something out of it.
You accomplished something. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. That was when I was playing like Red Dead Redemption 2, which is also a game I played a little more of this week. Man, you could sink 30 or 40 minutes in that and literally do nothing.
Right.
You have to minimum like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, and I just don't have those kind of blocks of time anymore, or right now at least,
right,
to sit down and do that. And I know that it means that there's a bunch of stuff that just gets taken off the board for me that I would love to play, but just I keep telling myself, just hang in there because I will eventually get the time to be able to do that again. It's just not this very moment. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of make a mental list of things that I will play when that time comes. The problem is going to be prioritizing that list and figuring out which one to do first.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Because right now that list is fucking ginormous. Though I will say, I have the day off tomorrow as well, and I'm thinking, because I was hanging out with a buddy of mine today, and I showed him the Portal wrap, and I also showed him the game theory video on like why portals would fucking destroy the world. Which I love both of those videos; they're amazing. As a matter of fact, I'll leave links to them in the show notes. For anybody that loves Portal already, the Portal wrap is spectacular. And for anybody that loves Portal or hasn't even played Portal, Game Theory's video on the science of portals is really fucking cool. Big shout out to Game Theory for all the really cool fucking like math science episodes that they do. Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy a lot of their like story and canon and lore theories, but fuck do I love their math and science episodes. Mm-hmm. Those are some of the best things ever. It's this is gonna sound cheesy and fucking trope, and I don't give a shit, but I also think too it's a really awesome way to get kids interested into math and science stuff.
Sure.
That otherwise would look at this and go, fuck this is stupid. But
go play Fortnite.
Right. So
sorry, I had to do it.
This is dumb. I'm gonna go play Apex Legends. Mom, can I have the credit card? I need to buy guns for my Shooty Bang Bang game.
It's actually getting red.
For anybody listening to the audio version of this, Kathy is giving us both the mom face.
I'll get you later, face. Yeah.
And you know, when I strike back, I hold nothing back.
That's fine. I've seen you play Fortnite. You may come at me full force, but your aim sucks.
I'll just jump to the left.
Strafe dodge. Strafe dodge.
Now we're creating a monster now, Larry.
That's okay. When Kathy comes at me with all this rage, I'll just use my meat shield. Oh fuck! Good enough.
You may not have that meat shield for very long when I get done with it. So just make sure you keep that tucked away.
The meat shield, remember?
Yeah. No. Well, that's not what I was referring to.
No. I said meat shield, not meat sword.
That meat sword will be gone too.
No, I'm going to defend it with the meat shield.
Anyhow.
All right, here's a good enough place for us to say break, and we're back. So this is the back half of the show where we either deep dive into a particular subject, or like this week, we make our way on over to the news desk with a little beep 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 beep. So, over the last week or so, there's been some solid news. There's two big ones that I think we're going to hit on tonight. The first one being, I think this is probably going to be the shorter conversation, so we'll knock this one out first. Google Stadia. Google is getting into the... I can't even say they're getting into the console game because that's not accurate.
No, just streaming anything with Google Chrome.
Right. They're getting into the platform game, I guess, is probably the best description.
The we pay every month game, I think, is what it's going to end up being. But if you want it, like a streaming service.
I don't even know if it's a streaming, like a subscription service. They didn't.
Well, they don't know. They don't know. They haven't said, but that's what it's gonna, I'm sure that's what it's going to be.
It sounds like I don't know. My guess is that they don't charge for the service per se, but that you just buy the games, and if it's a game that you bought for Stadia to play through Google, that Google gets a cut of it.
The way I think it's going to personally be, it's going to be kind of like they might have like a Game Pass-esque type service where you pay every month, you get access to some games, but then if you want certain other games, you're going to have to pay. I think it's going to be something like that. But it's going to be interesting because they didn't really say it. Yeah, they didn't really say anything.
No, they didn't.
The one thing that I do kind of agree with is that there's a lot of people that just want to play the games. They don't care about buying a $500 console or $400 console, or they just want to play the game, and they don't want to upgrade their PC, for example, or whatever all the time.
Right, every 6 fucking months, kind
for
of
me,
thing.
That's a kind of like, if I wanted to get in really back into PC gaming, that would be really attractive to me.
Yeah, no kidding. And I mean, the ability to kind of hop that anywhere and get the same unified experience, no matter whether I'm playing on, rig or my fucking cell phone or like a Chromecast on my TV. That's not a bad thing by any means. I give them props. Feature wise, I mean, it sounds like they've got the right idea. If they can execute on the delivery, they'll probably fucking have something. Feature wise, they've got some neat stuff. I mean, some of it just leans into, look at what we can do with more horsepower.
Right.
We can get this streaming it, which big ups to them for locking the frame rate at 60 FPS. Why is this not fucking standard everywhere? But not only that, but they're talking about being able to stream your games at 60 FPS
and
4K. up to 8K.
Yeah, because 8K is the new thing. Yeah, they're starting to push that 6 and 8K now.
I'm like, Jesus. That's impressive.
I hope they can deliver on it,
Right. And I mean, honestly, the bandwidth requirements that they're talking about needing for this are not that hard.
What was it, 25 megabits down or something like that?
Yeah, it's like 25 or 27. It's pithy. Like, right on.
I don't know. I mean, I just want to see what they can do. And they're obviously a big company. They got the resources. They have the smart people.
Right.
It's all going to be about lag and your internet service provider, which is the unknown here. If you have a good ping to their server, you're still you see that's going to be the problem. And like Kathy knows, I mean, you play any kind of multiplayer game, and that ping is a huge issue.
Well, and that's something that they talked about too, is that rather than with multiplayer is something they really specifically hit on, rather than it being dependent on, the bar being set by the lowest common denominator. Yeah, the lowest connection of the players involved. That all goes out the fucking window, because everything's running off of their shit and it's just streaming it out.
And I understand that, but I still think that individual clients are going to have issues.
They're going to have issues with their connectivity, and
it depends on where you live. Yeah.
Depends on where you live, depends on how fast your speeds are. That's what affects my games, and especially during certain times, if we have a windstorm, that can affect my Wi-Fi signal. So it doesn't matter what their streaming services can do. That's part of it, but it's also because Epic has really good servers, and most of the time my ping for Fortnite is in the 30s or lower. But when it's bad weather, if my internet's going crazy, my ping can be as high as 1,000. So it's and then at that point my game crashes. So
well, yeah, you can't play it.
So they may be able to do stuff on their end, but it's those of us on the consumers are going to have some issues too. So it'll be interesting, though. I'm holding out until I see what it's all about. I don't quite still understand it, but it's again just another option for those of us who want to play these games and maybe just can't afford some of the other options. Right. And that's great. And that's great, making gaming affordable to everyone.
We can get more people playing.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
I really kind of want to get that controller in my hand just to see how comfortable it is and how well built and how quality it is.
Yeah.
And
what is it using to connect? Is it Bluetooth? It's got to be just Bluetooth.
I think it was Bluetooth, yeah.
So you might be able to use other controllers too.
Right.
Which would be interesting.
Right.
Like if I have a controller, do I need to buy theirs? Can I just stream from my Google Chrome browser on my PC now?
Right.
That would be cool to me. I would do it.
Yeah. So there's definitely a lot of unknowns, but there was one or two other features in there that I thought were really cool. Less interesting to me personally, just because of what I do and do not have an interest in playing, but I still think it's a neat fucking feature. Is that say you're watching somebody streaming a game on YouTube, like they're out they're out there playing a game of Fortnite, and they're streaming it on YouTube. With Stadia, it's literally a button click away, and you can get dropped into that streamer's lobby to join in on their next game. Like, that's fucking neat. I like that. That's a really cool, easy way to.
But my whole thing is like they haven't.
You mean that like you're talking like actually like would get into their game?
Obviously, though, you'd have to allow it. I'm sure.
I would imagine so. You still have the ability to boot somebody out of your lobby, but.
Oh god, that for streamers, that is going to.
I could actually see that being a good thing. Honestly, you could have different paywalls set up for people. You can if they wanted to play with you at a certain time, you could actually set that up. They could get in
lots of potential in there, depending on how they execute it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in there, I think. But I know what you're talking about, Kathy, because you got that person, or it's just
people,
or Larry, let's just get it out. Larry comes, watches you, and he wants to play.
He's never going to want to play Fortnite with me, trust me.
If he could push one button and get there, he'd do it.
Fortnite, no, but if you were on playing, say, like Phantom Dust, I'd totally jump in.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Anyhow.
But the other one that really jumped out at me, though, this is the one that I thought, fuck, that's cool. Why has this not been a thing yet? Is their state sharing. So, say for example, I'm streaming out, or I'm playing Hollow Knight and I'm streaming it, right? And some people watch and go, dude, that was fucking awesome. I want to see if I can totally pull that off. Like, I walk into a boss fight, totally unprepared, and like by all rights, I should be fucked, and I managed to pull it off just by the skin of my teeth, kind of thing, you know. And somebody watching wants to see if they can pull off the same, bullshit boss fight setup. You can literally share out your save state from that moment, and somebody else can pick it up and try and run that challenge with the exact same scenario that you did. Like, that's fucking cool.
That would be really awesome. I just wonder how that seems complicated, though, to make that work, but that would be freaking awesome.
It's all happening in the cloud.
Okay. Yeah.
What cloud?
No, I saw that feature, though, and I'm like, that's fucking clever.
That's kind of cool.
That is, yeah. It's a cool feature.
That's the one big feature that really jumped out at me above everything else is state share. So,
and obviously the Stadia is a platform, and people are going to develop for it, and they're probably going to develop. Yeah, so it's going to evolve. So it will be interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting thing to watch. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that affects streamers, though, too. Like you said, with the ability to join in, even that feature with the sharing. Ooh,
right.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
Well,
sorry, I'm not going to get into it because I'm already having my thoughts.
And I would imagine too that it's something that the streamer would
allow.
Right. So.
But if that would be the thing.
It might lead to more revenue streams and more opportunities for streamers to make money instead of just. I know, but instead of just having people watch your stream, to having like a million people watching.
It's another step in being able to further connect with your community.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not going to get into what I'm thinking because it's just going to extend it too much, and it's a lot of what ifs. I just want to see how this works.
Yeah.
Get my hands on it. I don't want to go into hypotheticals right now because I do see a lot of issues with it as somebody who streams frequently, and I do have some concerns that I hope are addressed later on. But until we see it, I'm not going to get into it. So.
But yeah, like I said, the idea on its face is at least interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
But that for me was probably the biggest highlights of Stadia. There was one other thing, but frankly, I think it's something that should be seen rather than me trying to describe it. But fucking, I'm going to try and at least describe it slightly, and then I'm going to move on. They were showing this thing for, like, on the development end, where you can input an image, even just like a crude drawing sketch, something out of Microsoft Paint, and the more it inputs, the more different like art styles it learns, and it can take your crude sketch and turn it into something like full-blown rendered and playable in a game for a developer. Like, that's fucking neat. So, but yeah. Anyways, so that's a thing. For more on that, though, that's one that I highly recommend you actually check out their presentation, or that section of their presentation, to actually see the demonstration, because my explanation will do it no justice. It's something that you really should see the visual on, just to get a real grasp of the understanding of it. So the other big thing in the last week or so was, for us, yesterday on Wednesday, finally, a Nindies Direct for the year. After a couple of these, I've now learned I'm just going to quit hoping and praying that I'm going to get an announcement date or a date announcement for King Knight DLC for Shovel Knight, because I'm pretty sure that when that happens, it's not going to happen in Nindies Direct.
No.
Granted, it's where that news belongs, but it's not going to be there. They're going to do something else with that. But anyways, but there was some nifty stuff. But Kathy, you've got the list. Let's run it down.
All right, so I guess the big thing and the one that started off was Cuphead's coming to the Switch.
Fuck yeah!
And it looks like not only digital, but
Physical.
everyone's favorite, physical. So,
Hard copy for life.
So I think, isn't pre-orders for the
Yeah.
digital are already on sale? You can already purchase it, and it'll come April 18th, I think, is the date. So that's what started it all, and I'm frankly excited because I've never played the game, and I'm definitely gonna wait for it to come to the Switch. So
it's been on my to-do list as well, and
great.
again, I don't play my Xbox a ton anymore. So this has me excited because it's finally coming to my platform of choice, which honestly, Cuphead is one that feels like it would not feel
for the Switch.
I wouldn't even say it was made for, but it's one that it feels like it fits the Switch library very comfortably and naturally.
Yeah.
So,
it's a good game.
But I will say though, Cuphead being an Xbox game, first and foremost, especially for as long as it's held that exclusivity, which is just now coming to an end, I think was good for it too, though, because it put it on a system where a game like that is way more standout than it would be on Switch. Like, don't get me wrong, if it had released multi-platform from the get-go, I think it still would have done well on Switch, but I don't think it would have done as well out of the gate as it did on Xbox because it was way more it stood out more against the rest of the Xbox library than it would have against the rest of the Switch library.
Yeah, I think so.
That's my suspicion.
It would have been, I think it did infinitely better also than it would have on like PS4 because it would have got lost in the shuffle over there.
Yeah. But I think this is probably the ideal way for Cuphead to maximize itself on Switch too, was by holding out so that we're all looking at it, and everyone loving it on Xbox going, we really want this on Switch, and letting that just simmer and stew for over a year. And now that it's finally coming out, it's got a rabid response because it's been just the want and desire for that has been building for so long. I think it was the perfect storm for it to have booming success on the Switch by it coming to Switch second.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be good.
But in any case, so after Cuphead, what was next on the list there, Kathy?
Next was Overland. Which was the survival series, horror-based survival, the apocalypse overworld, kind of like an RPG. Where you had to go in. Sounded interesting because I think if I remember correctly, that one you had to go in. You would go into a level and you could do multiple things, but you had to be selective. You couldn't do everything that you would want to. You'd have to pick and choose who to save, what to do, what to get, items.
Is this the one too that's that randomly generates every time you play through?
Yes. It's another. They had quite a few of those.
Procedurally generated.
Yeah. It looked interesting.
It's a great.
I'm not 100% sold on it, but
no, but it's still cool.
Yeah. So.
After that, we had My Friend Pedro.
Yep.
I don't remember too much of that.
Blood, bullets, and bananas.
Yeah.
From Devolver Digital.
Yeah.
I watched that and I just kept thinking to myself, this looks okay, but I really rather play Shank on Switch. Like, bring me Shank from the 360 and put it on Switch, because I think Shank was a way better iteration on what they were aiming for.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had Neo Cab, which was where you played you were the last human cab driver in a world of automation. And you're trying to survive being human. That looked kind of interesting.
you were trying to like meet your friend again or something like that, and this was the only way that this would happen.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting. Just an interesting story.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not fucking sold on this yet.
I'm not gonna buy it yet, but I'll keep my
I hope
eyes
they have a
open on it.
demo. I hope they have a demo.
Right.
Because I'd
This
like
is the
to
game
try
that
it.
Yeah,
they
I
need to
agree.
put out a solid demo to sell me on.
Yeah, I agree.
But it definitely looked interesting. After that, the Red
Yes,
Lantern.
give me
That
this
one,
one.
I'm excited.
I
Anything
love the
where
art style. I thought the game was beautiful. Like when I was watching that on the direct, I could not believe how gorgeous this game looked.
it looks gorgeous, it looks just interesting. It's different. It's something that hasn't been done before. I mean, who's ever really raced a team of dogs across a
The
frozen
idea
wilderness?
for the Iditarod. I mean,
Yeah, this shit looks fucking amazing.
I'm
I
gonna
just
get.
hope it
I'm a
lives
day
up
one
to
on this, though. I'm a day one on
Right.
this one.
So I just hope it lives up to the hype because it really their trailer was really good for that one.
You know what this honestly reminded me of? This looks like it could totally feel like it's related to Firewatch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was. I thought it looked more looked like The Long Night. Did you play that one on Xbox?
No.
It was in-game preview. I think it still might be there. It was
Okay.
also on PC.
Okay.
It's like almost exactly the same art style, but it was like a survival game. And you had to like make a fire. You had to keep warm because it was like everything was covered in snow and ice. And if you got too far away for too long, you needed food. It was kind of it was very interesting. I honestly only played the game preview version of it, so I got it for like an hour or 2 hours or whatever it was.
Okay.
But this one reminded me of that a little bit.
Interesting.
Just the art style. I think it was more than anything.
Right.
But I totally see what you're saying, Larry. It is like that Firewatch type.
Very narrative heavy, focused on a single person, but you might run into somebody every once in a great while kind of thing.
Right.
Most of the story feels like it's probably going to be told by the character talking to themselves.
Right. Like I do in real life as well, talk to myself all the time.
Now, as long as you don't answer back.
Yeah, I answer. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
as long
I don't
as you don't
hear the
answer
voice
out
lost
loud.
cause
I don't
when you're
hear
fucked.
voices or anything. I'm just like talking to myself going, yeah, that's a good idea,
I tell people all the time I talk to myself because I need expert advice and I'm the only one I trust.
So, let's see what was next. Darkwood.
Yeah, I want this one too.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a better Minecraft. I'm sorry.
Kinda.
I just the concept of it. It's not it's not the blockiness, but the fact that it's very similar to how Minecraft starts out if you play on those survival. It's you got to go out, harvest your materials, and then when dark comes, all the bad things come out, like in Minecraft. So
yeah, survival horror game. I mean, I kind of like the idea of it. They're procedurally generated, and you can't like.
It's a free world. A free
right.
world.
There's not a linear way through the woods. You have to like find your way. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So let's see. We have Katana Zero.
Oh yeah, I like this one.
Action platformer. Mm-hmm.
Where
I wasn't too crazy about it. I mean, it's one I'll try, but.
Katana Zero, I really want to get my fucking hands on. I am excited about this.
But then you literally rewind
yeah, and then it rewinds it, to the next or to where the last save point was, or wherever their
level or whatever screen. I don't know, whatever they do.
Yeah,
like I like the art style. The action looks like quick, and it feels like the combat actually has a nice. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Cadence, maybe.
Yeah, it also I like the added effect, the visual effect there. That when you're actually connecting with somebody in combat, like the screen actually kind of like snaps and jerks, like you're feeling it in a more visceral way. So it ties like I can imagine that those are points where you'll feel the rumble motors go off, but then that screen shake
Yeah.
Gives it a little more visceral response feeling. So that looks really fucking good, though. I am totally fucking on board for that right away.
I kind of like the idea that after each mission, you go back to your therapist and you talk about it.
Right.
And then you get a shot of whatever she's giving you. So are you really having this? Or is this kind of like
Or these
hallucinations? Or what is it actually? You know? Still kind of a cool idea.
Let's see. After that was Rad.
Yes. Interesting.
A lot of post-apocalyptic games are coming out.
Right.
Like.
Now, that being said, though, Rad has something going for it that most of the others don't.
Yep.
It's got fucking Tim Schafer.
Tim Schafer.
So.
Double Fine making them fine ass games.
Yeah, they've never really made a bad game, have they?
Yeah.
I mean, the closest you probably get to that is Brutal Legend, and Brutal Legend wasn't even necessarily a bad game.
No, I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It just I think it got billed as being something other than what it was, and so you went into it expecting one thing and got something else, and then got upset about it. But no, Rad looks really pretty. I like the art style. I like the whole like you leave a trail of like grass and flowers behind you on a barren wasteland rather than running through, and like killing off everything where you walk. And the whole like character mutation customization thing looks really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
then we had Creature in the Well, which
now
was
about
the pinball one.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was like a pinball platformer.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a pinball Metroidvania, which is why you should go play Yoku's Island Express.
Yeah.
But yeah, Creature in the Well looked really fucking neat.
Interesting, anyway.
I'm generally on board with any unique idea that has to do with pinball. So, like, I love pinball. I do, and Creature in the Well totally grabbed my attention in the best way. This is another day one for me. Is going to be, and my gut tells me I'll probably be able to, this will be one that fits that whole. I can play it for an hour, progress a little bit, and then put it back down again, because it feels like with the whole pinball format, it lends itself naturally to that, where it's like, all right, I can play a couple chunks of a couple tables worth of game and then put it down for a little while. So I really like that. And just watching the action, it looks fucking cool.
It does.
It looks like they've got lots of really neat ideas, and I'm hoping that they manage to put them all together coherently. So, because there's nothing that sucks more than when somebody has a really great idea for, like, numerous great ideas for a game, and just wants to put them all in, but can't figure out a way to actually string them together in a way that makes sense. So, but anyways,
I agree with that.
Let's see. We had a lot of games. Blood Roots was next. I don't remember much about this one. I think I kind of dozed off in the middle of this one.
Yeah. I think this is the one I don't really remember either.
Yeah, this is the Wolfman one.
The Wolf. Yeah. It's the fast action.
Yeah.
Like where you use the environment. You use they showed him like using like a barrel and then a ladder and.
I don't know. It looks like basic kind of gauntlet style run around hack and slash. And I'm sorry, this just did not move the needle that much for me. I mean, this might be a fun mindless one, but I don't see anything substantially unique enough aside from just the ridiculous art style or the ridiculousness of the game plus the art style. And I'm sorry, there's so much stuff out there where that is literally like the bare minimum anymore to try and get my attention. There's so many others that have so much more going for it right off. I mean, tell me there's a fucking fun story in here, you know. And this is one where I could see the story being worth getting into, because if they put a good story in it, the only way for it to have a good story is for that story to be completely fucking absurd.
Right.
But in like the best way.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. After that was Pine, the action adventure game.
Spell that. What the hell was the spelling on that?
Pine.
P is in Paul, like pine tree. Pine tree.
That's right. That's right.
Where you're like a human and there's all these animals and it's kind of
yeah.
Yeah.
It looked interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, the animal hybrids are really cool. Like the crocodile and the musatars.
Yeah.
And the hoxes.
It's like Island.
I don't know that these are the actual names, but these are the names that I'm giving them in my head.
Yeah, no, it had a neat art style and it looked interesting. It's one I want to try it before I actually buy it. Super Crate Box. I think I fell asleep during this one too.
If I remember right, Super Crate Box has been around for a while on PC.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, if I remember, but yeah, I have recollections of this being one that's been really big in the indie scene on PC. So, I'm pretty sure this is basically one where they looked at it and went, "This is a fucking no-brainer. We need to have this on our platform."
Right.
So the question is it in that window of time where it's old enough that nobody's angry about, you know, potentially double dipping on it, but still new enough that there's enough excitement around it still for it to do well when it drops on Switch.
Right. Be interesting to see. The next one I'm excited for, Nuclear Throne. This looked fun. Where it's again another post-apocalyptic game where it's a top-down shooter, and you keep mutating to make yourself.
Yeah.
I thought the mutations were pretty freaking awesome. So that one looked interesting.
It looks fast-paced, fun.
I don't know if I'm 100% on board with this yet. It's just, I don't know. It looks a little... I'm struggling to see it being more than just uninspired. It's not to say that it's not good. It just, at a glance, I don't see anything that really screams at me unique idea that's all its own.
It's kind of like a bullet hell meets a
Robotron
meets a shmup kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a weird.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'll just see.
I think honestly, for me, price is going to be the biggest factor on whether or not I pull the trigger on Nuclear Throne.
Sure, I can see that.
It's got to be the right price point.
Like $10.
I think 10 would be the max for me. I'd probably feel okay about it at 8, and it would probably be an easy call at 5 to 6.
Okay.
So it's one of those that will probably be more expensive than I'm willing to pay for. So it'll just get put on my wish list, and it will sit there until it's on sale.
Yeah. Probably some of this stuff for me too is like that.
Right. But yeah, what else we got? What's after Nuclear Throne?
Vlam Beer Arcade, which I guess is going to be a collection of like games, and that'll grow like a growing catalog, and they're going to have
Yep.
You know, nothing special, at least in my mind. I don't know what you guys thought.
About the same, actually. I'm like,
I've seen it, done it.
Neat, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Might be good for kids.
Right.
I think it'd be great. Yeah, for that.
Swim Sanity.
I kind of like this idea of this one.
Mm-hmm.
It could be 4-player co-op,
Mm-hmm.
kind of
can do versus.
Yeah, just a bunch of different modes, bunch of different, like, it just seems like fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for that.
Then Blaster Master 02.
Which you can get right now.
So we talked about this a little bit
Mm-hmm.
before we started. Now, Josh, you were asking me about the first one.
Yeah.
You said, did you say you played the first one?
I started it, played it for a little bit. It didn't really hook me.
Are we talking about the NES one?
No, the one for the Switch, Blaster Master Zero.
Okay, never played that one. Okay.
Yeah, it came out with the launch of the Switch, and basically did really well because it was like one of the only few games you could really buy when it came out.
Right. It's not the first one was not a
bad
game, but and Eddie and I talked about this 2 years, 2 years ago when the Switch came out. And I did pick this up. I held off on picking it up. I didn't get it at launch, but it wasn't that long after that I grabbed it. And Blaster Master Zero isn't a bad game, and I really hope that Blaster Master Zero 2 does not fall victim to the same thing that Blaster Master Zero did, which was it just didn't explain itself at all. And so trying to figure out like some of the what some of the icons and like your menu actually was trying to fucking tell you was a huge trial and error pain in the ass for me. And so I'm like, is there a reason that you can't just tell me that this bar is my health, this bar is my wet? No, it's all like, play with it and process of elimination, fuck up, a couple of times until you finally get it right and go, oh, that's what this thing is. So that just irritated the piss out of me. There was literally no good reason that they couldn't have given me like a 60-second tutorial, say, here's your heads up display, here's what everything is, so you know how to fucking read it, and now go play. Bye now.
Right.
But they skipped literally a 60-second video could have fixed my entire problem with Blaster Master Zero. And I'm hoping that they smartened up with Zero 2. So, what else we got after Blaster Master Zero?
2 more. We had Stranger Things 3, the game. So, video game based on Stranger Things.
Did you play the first one on iOS? It's free. I think it was free.
Never played.
No, I don't have it.
Or was it like $2 or whatever? I think it's on Android too. Maybe not. It was really fun.
I just had zero interest though, because frankly, Stranger Things just doesn't do anything for me. Like I've tried watching it.
Tried watching it,
and it just didn't get me. It just didn't grab me.
Okay, that's fair. There's a lot of stuff there.
Like I at least put in a couple episodes. I figured, all right, I'll give this 2 or 3 and see if it hooks me, and it didn't. And I'm like, I'm not gonna spend any more time on this.
Okay.
So
and then the big surprise, this last one.
Cadence of Hyrule. So
I this is the one part of the direct that I actually only half caught. Do me a solid, fill in the blanks here.
Okay, so
go ahead.
Jack.
No, you go. No, you.
I don't know. Did you play Crypt of the Necrodancer at all?
No, I didn't.
No, see, I didn't play that game either. I slept on that game, and unfortunately, I think it's a pretty cool idea. I saw people play it, and I watched some streams of it. So this takes place this is that game basically, but taking place in Hyrule, with Zelda and Link as playable. I don't know if they're playable, or I think they are playable characters. Mm-hmm. So it's taking the tropes from Zelda games and incorporating them into the mechanics of Crypt of the Necrodancer. Okay. So extremely interesting, and I think we just need to see more. Like I need to see more on how this game comes together.
Right.
Like how it's actually going to work. But they showed us quite a bit. I mean, it's only a minute-long trailer, though, so it's just not enough for me to get hooked on it. I just don't know much about the source game to really talk too much more about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks like it's rhythm based in a way.
Yeah, it's a rhythm.
The way she moves, or the way the character moves.
Yeah, it is a rhythm
That's
based
what I was trying to catch, because it was kind of jarring to see the hopping.
Yes.
So that's what I was trying. I was trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's got Zelda characters. I'm in. I don't care. I'll be playing it. Anything with Zelda, I will try. No matter how crappy it may be or not. But again, this game has like you said, the previous one.
The pedigree.
It seemed to do really well. So it's kind of like fan service.
A little bit.
But that was it. That's what we saw at the Nindies Direct.
So outside of the Nindies Direct, one other worthwhile game announcement did slip out in the last week. Castle Crashers Remastered coming to PS4 and Switch. So, which also, by the way, if you're one of those people that are going to be playing it on a PS4, I thought this was pretty fucking cool. The game is programmed to actually make the light bar on your PS4 controller match the color of your character.
Yeah,
cool.
Might as well use that thing.
It's stupid. It means literally nothing, but I just thought it was fucking neat. So, and
it's the little things.
Right, and apparently for the Switch, since there's no light bar that they can do that feature with, they said they're doing something or other. They didn't really describe or explain what, but they said they were actually going to be doing something with the HD rumble on the Switch Joy-Cons. So I'm like, okay. I'm curious to see if you can deliver on something that's actually worth a damn with that, but we'll see.
I bet you they'll have stickers that you can put on your controllers.
Or whole new Joy-Con.
Right.
Whole new Joy-Cons that you can buy. Mm-hmm. They ain't doing stickers.
Yeah.
I have stickers on mine.
Oh, I know. You can get them.
And they're kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, they're like little decals. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's
it.
I think that covers it. So here's a good place for us to wrap this shit up. So just the reminders. If you've stuck it out this long, then you should probably come back for more. Which means you can find more at our home on Podbean at world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. You can also, of course, catch us on Google Play Music, iTunes, Spotify, Twitch, and YouTube. Like the Facebook page, follow us on Twitter. Yeah, I'm going to just stop there. If I missed one, fuck it tonight. I don't care. I want to say thank you to my peeps for coming out to play with me tonight. Josh the LeGroux and our delightful streaming engineer who makes everything happen for us on Twitch, Kathy, Fancy Pants. And that's it. Everybody say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night.
Peace.